Book ban: How India criminalizes Kashmiri history. Israel is fatherland, India is motherland, said Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Indeed, this romance is not far-fetched. The two share just too much in common. Just as Israel occupies Palestine, millions in Kashmir are under India's military lockdown and communication blackout. As Israel promotes Zionism, Narendra Modi's Hindu majoritarian government and Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, promote Hindutva, which seeks to turn India into a Hindu nation and a homeland for Hindus anywhere in the world. Apart from asserting the superiority of race, both ideologies also share a common enemy: Islam and Muslims. One thing India has also successfully done is silence truth, muzzle the press, jail journalists, and worse, ban books. Kashmir's libraries under siege. Earlier this month, BJP legislator Sunil Sharma demanded the banning of Personalities and Legends of J&K, a study by educationists Hilal Ahmad and Santosh Meena, denouncing it as academic jihad. The book speaks about individuals of Kashmiri origin, including Maqbul Bhatt, executed by Indian courts in 1984, and Masrat Alam Bhatt, imprisoned since the 2019 crackdown. Another book that has come under the scrutiny of state censorship and search and seizure operations is Great Personalities of Jammu and Kashmir by Sushant Giri. This recent crackdown has now extended from searching bookstores to schools, colleges, and universities across the valley. It did not just start. In August 2025, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha's administration invoked Section 98 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, a colonial lineage forfeiture provision repurposed for the digital age, to declare 25 books guilty of propagating secessionism. What followed was a ransacking of bookstores and private homes across the Kashmir Valley. The authors of the 25 books read like a roll call of the region's most credentialed critics: Booker laureate Arundhati Roy, historian Hafsa Kanjwal, constitutional scholar A.G. Noorani, and the contributors to Kashmir, The Case for Freedom, Tariq Ali, Hilal Bhatt, Angana Chatterjee, and Pankaj Mishra, among others. In February, police raided dozens of bookshops and seized more than 650 titles for allegedly promoting a banned ideology. So this month's order is not an isolated case, but a continuation of a series of intellectual restrictions. It is more troubling that the Indian administration offers as evidence only a false narrative, which is not a substantial legal term. It is instead a dangerous one that reduces the discipline of history to a permission system administered by the same authority it is meant to hold accountable. Yet for the BJP's Sharma, the very existence of these texts is academic jihad, which I agree with him on. It is the writer's struggle to make truth triumph over falsehood. Legal outlook. Let's look at this colonial-style law imposed by the Indian authorities. Does it fit into the 21st century, or the democracy India claims to be the biggest of? Absolutely not. Thus, the International Federation for Human Rights has noted that the ban fails the tests of legality, necessity, and proportionality under Article 19(3) of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, to which India has binding obligations. The body noted that even if the state were to allege incitement, none of the banned books meets the stringent threshold under Article 22. These are restrictions made only to victimize and silence the voice of the Muslims of Kashmir. It is the same colonial mentality, which denies people freedom of association and thought, that helped fuel the armed resistance of the 1980s. Apart from criminalizing independent media and placing libraries and even oral history under surveillance, the Indian authorities have extended their surveillance to scholars and researchers of Kashmiri origin in the diaspora who try to discuss the problems of Kashmir. Call for action. India's actions in Kashmir are just another chapter in a series of oppressions against Muslims, alongside other anti-Islamic entities like the Zionists. They want to take over the narrative and own the state, so that a generation of Kashmiris grows up believing India is their benefactor and worshipping the state or even insulting their own heroes. But the one way to fight this is to own the history and defend it. Just as the Palestinian story is rightfully owned by Muslims and others who support human freedom against the heavy lobby of the Zionists, it is important that we stand up and speak out about the evils committed by Indian authorities in the beautiful valley of Kashmir, so that the truth Hindutva fanatics are trying to conceal will be heard by the world. Meanwhile, this whole campaign of censorship shows how afraid oppressors are of books and information. Be it Zionists, Hindutva, or Chinese fanatics, they are all bent on censoring the truth from being taught. They hate for information against them to circulate. So the less we read and teach our younger generation about the history of colonization, oppression, and exploitation, the more we serve their cause. It is indeed time to take our heads away from the business of TikTok and Instagram reels and read and write more. Allah says in the Quran, and declare, the truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Indeed, falsehood is bound to vanish. Al-Isra, 1781.